Yo, what's up? It's your boy TJ, aka Just Gonna Send It. This is kind of out of the norm for what I would normally do for YouTube and stuff, but with me wanting to chase this weight loss journey, I figured why not share some of the stuff that I'm learning about myself and about the weight loss journey, and hopefully it helps others along the way. I'm stretching right now because my leg is killing me, so just bear with me if you hear my fat ass breathing. So it's been a week. Today's a week since I started going full working out. I came off keto. I was doing a calorie deficit, or I'm doing a calorie deficit now. I was just doing keto, and the keto app that I had was having me eat like 3,000 calories a day, which I wasn't working out. I wasn't burning any of that. So yeah, I wasn't losing weight. I mean, I lost about 15 pounds on keto over a 5 to 6 month span. So, I mean, yeah, like that's cool and all, but I just I can't do keto for the rest of my life. And it's just not, I miss bread. I miss rice. Like I want to go to Trappers and get sushi. But over this last week, I have been working out. I've been walking a minimum 3 miles every day. And before, I probably been like, fuck, what about maybe just walk like one? That'd be cool. But I've seen how easy, it's so easy. I found there's this trail by my high school that I went to. And it's a good, it looks good when you're walking around. It's just a beautiful walk. There's not a lot of elevation. And so I've been listening to, Goggins, Joe Rogan, Gary V, a bunch of those motivational guys, E.T. Fletcher, or E.T. Thomas, I meant, Eric Thomas, and, I'll just walk and I listen and I kind of black out. The only things that really screw with me on these walks are right now, my feet. I got blisters on my feet. I've been getting bandages to try to help with that. Today was really fucking sucked because my knee, it feels like it's gonna blow out. I think I just hyperextended it. But yesterday I told myself I wanted to do this walk twice, 2 times the loop that I do. And so I ended up making 6 miles today. And I probably could have gone more if it wasn't for my damn blisters in my knee. And that's just the shittiest part because I want to push myself, but at the same time, I don't want to make it to where I can't walk. Because I want to get to a point where I can start running. And hopefully dump even more weight. So, I mean, after the first week of walking a minimum of 3 miles a day every day and eating in a calorie deficit, I finally got under 400 pounds. And that shit's hard to say because I'm having to fight the demons of realizing how bad I let it get. And that mental aspect of it is almost as hard as walking on a fucked up knee. And honestly, for anybody that's starting, at least for me, for people that don't know me very well, a lot of the reasons why I let myself get the way that I have gotten is I let every negative thing that's gone on in my life determine how I'm going to take care of myself instead of just taking care of myself and getting out of those situations. And so part of the reason why I come to the high school and why I like this walk is because one of my biggest demons is half-assing everything in sports, especially because sports was something that I always loved, but I just half-assed it all the time. I was a big kid, so I got away with it most of the time. But baseball is one of the hardest ones to give up. And so I've started every day before if I get choked up, I'm sorry. Like, I legit got done with the walk and I came over here and I sat in the bullpen and I just kind of broke down for a few minutes. Because I'm just trying to work through that. Like, it's not just weight loss that you got to fight. You have to fight the mental state too. And I'm trying to let go of all that shit. Baseball was one of the hardest ones because it was one that I loved. And because I half-assed it, I never got to see my true potential. And so, like, one thing that not a lot of people know is my junior year, the last day of tryouts, I watched my dad's mom die, like, at the hospital, like an hour and a half before my last day of tryouts. And that shit still fucks with me. Because right after, like, I don't know, I didn't think that I had a bad tryout. Like, I let the coaches know what was going on. And I ended up being the only junior after being one of only like 2 or 3 ninth graders to make the high school team. I was the only junior that stayed on JV. And they told me in the meeting, they were like, we want to bump you up to varsity, but we want to see your leadership skills shine on JV, which was bullshit. They expected something from me, and the only person I can hold accountable for it is myself. Like, because I half-assed it, I didn't come out and I didn't show out the way that I probably could have. And so every day before my workout and afterwards, I sit in this bullpen, and honestly, until today, it didn't really fuck with me. I don't know if it was just because, like, my knee was hurting so bad on the walk, and I kept telling myself that I was going to push myself through the walk, and I wasn't going to stop, and then I finally got done, and, like, I'm finally showing myself that I can. This video wasn't supposed to be emotional, but like, this whole, like, weight loss thing is, like, mentally taxing as well, because I have to realize what I've let myself get to. And, like, if I can help anybody that is right now struggling to start working out, or, I don't know, had been in shape and got a little out of shape, like, just get back into it, because you don't want to get to this point. Like, I was almost 400, I was like 430, I think, like almost 450 pounds. Like, I've always been a big athletic dude, but 450, like, nobody needs to be that size. And, like, I've lost a couple years off my life of doing fun shit with my friends, because, like, I've never been, like, to the point where I'm self-conscious, as in, like, I won't go do shit. Like, I won't go have fun with my boys or a group of friends just because of it. But, like, I've missed out on so many opportunities that I probably could have taken advantage of, just because I let myself get to that point. And, like, I've been chasing this streaming dream, and not a lot of people understand it, and that's fine. People aren't going to understand it, but, like, streaming full time, and, like, I put probably about 60 hours a week into streaming and content creating. And then on top of that, I was working full time. Even when I was working 10 hours a day, like, that's just, I never gave myself the opportunity to just realize I could go out. I can do that 3-mile walk in under an hour. And you don't even have to leave your house. I just picked this place because I really enjoy it. I think it's a cool walk. And like I said, like, the mental aspect of it, as far as, like, trying to get over some of the demons that still haunt me, like, shit like that is why I come here. Like, you could legit, I've gone outside the house that I just moved into, and I walked like 2 miles. Like, just go out and walk, like, listen to whatever, like, motivational, like, YouTube is so great for motivational stuff. Like, when my knee was killing me, I got about like 4.5 miles into that walk, and my knee, like, it was hurting when I started, but it really started to, like, hurt right around 4 to 4.5. And I thought I was gonna have to stop. And I just turned one of those on, and I just sit there and listen. No, don't sit there, keep working out. But, like, listen to the words and just try to apply it to what you're doing. Like, it's just, I'm just finally glad that I'm at the point of like doing it instead of thinking about it. And like, I'll tell you right now, one of the biggest fucking things that has helped me is getting the Apple Watch. And I'm not like, this isn't a sponsor. I mean, if Apple wants to sponsor your boy, don't hesitate. But for me, like, I've always been competitive. Like, I've been competitive to a certain extent. I've never been competitive with myself because, like, I just, like, always, like, I take care of others and I've never taken care of myself. But, like, with the watch, like, you see your daily active calories and, like, I'm not competing with myself in a way. I'm competing with the watch. And it sounds stupid, but, I mean, mentally it's helped me get, you know, to the point where, like, every day I wake up, I want to get past that 1,200 calories burned on active calories. And, like, if just think of it however you want, that's going to help you do what you need to do. All I can say is, like, I was always a big advocate for, like, I don't know, today's Friday. If I really wanted to start losing weight, be like, oh, I'm going to take the weekend and then I'm starting on Monday. Just don't do that shit. Like, if you want to lose weight, just go fucking walk a mile today. Like, just, you don't have to have shit. I would recommend walking shoes, because walking in shoes that are not meant for walking will shred your feet. So yes, you do need walking shoes, but I mean, even just walking a mile, I mean, I see people on this goddamn trail walking in like flip-flops. And maybe that's just a skinny person thing. I don't fucking know. Maybe I got too much weight dealing on my feet to be able to do that, but like, just go out and do it. Don't wait. Like, if you think an Apple Watch will help, go out and get an Apple Watch if you have the funds. Go out and get one, set it up. Go park at a actual, like, somewhere you can walk, set it up, and then just go for a walk. And, like, it sounds like a lot of people would be like, well, it's real easy, just get out and work out, and like I'm saying right now, but, like, I understand it's not that easy for a lot of people. Like, there were days that I would sit there, I'd get ready to go work out or walk, and I've always beat the shit out of myself mentally for where I've gotten myself physically. And, like, it'll ruin you. So I would get ready to work out. I would start beating myself up and be like, dude, you're breathing heavy for just tying your shoes. Like, what are you going to do, you fat ass? And it's just like, it's such a negative mindset. And it ruins you. And, like, so I'd get ready, I'd do that, and I'd be like, well, fuck this. Like, I'm not going to go beat myself up, because I was my own enemy at that point. Like, I was the one stopping myself from working out by just mentally beating myself up over that shit. And, like, it sucks. I'm not over it. I won't say that I'm over it. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm a grown-ass man sitting here in a fucking high school bullpen. My old high school fucking got choked up and cried. Like, you fighting those demons is just as important as, like, going out and just working out. And if you can try to do them at the same time, it might benefit you. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a personal trainer, but it seems to be working out for me a little bit. So my next goal, what's today? July 24th. I want to say by August 15th, by the end of August, because I don't want to drastically lose weight and then have a shit ton of, like, loose skin. I'm gonna have loose skin regardless, but I'm saying by the end of August, like, okay, for a month from now, August 24th, I'd like to be under, Jesus Christ, those birds scared the shit out of me. I'd like to be under 375. And hopefully my 3-mile walks every day are, I don't know, aim for like 5. Because, I mean, it gradually, like, once I get up to, like, doing, like, 6-7 mile walks a day, like, that's cool and all, but I just, like, the time it would take, like, I'd rather just run and burn those calories in a short amount of time. But I also got to listen to my body, and if I can't run yet, I'm not gonna push it so that I can't keep working out. There was a couple other things that I thought about on the walk that I wanted to talk about. This stretching, honest to God, I never stretched before. Like, I thought, dude, like, stretching before any physical activity and after, like, I legit thought was stupid, and I never did. And it helps so much. Like, I hurt way less now doing this shit, and it's like, it's almost like, I was telling, like, Drake and the guys yesterday, like, it's almost like a meditation stage. Like, you just sit here and you relax, and you let your heartbeat come down, and you're stretching, and you're like, I don't know. Just try it, and hopefully it'll work for you. But yeah, that's my, I don't know, 2 cents on whatever the starting video for working out, because I want to do multiple videos on this just to see, you know, the progress and stuff, and hopefully it'll help me stay accountable and help others. Like I've said before, like, I mean, for right now, I'm not doing workouts with anybody, you know, aside from, you know, like Drake and them. I talked about potentially meeting up for a day, but I'm going to keep doing this by myself to try to train myself that I can do it, just me. But if anybody else is trying to work out or trying to lose weight and needs help, like just somebody to talk to, I'm here. And I'm not an expert, but if you just need somebody to talk to about it, or tips or anything on like getting through some of this shit mentally, I can try to help out. But yeah, so what is it, 3:30 on the 24th of July, and in a month hopefully be 20 pounds down and be a little bit more consistent with workouts as far as like distance wise. I mean, I no matter what, minimum 3 miles a day every day, but I want to try to push that a little bit more. That's it, honestly. I love you guys. I hope that you guys have a great weekend, and I'll keep posting all this workout stuff so you guys can see my fat ass go through this journey. So I love you guys. Peace and blessings.